Hey guys, it's Olivia and I'm back with another video. So last week I found myself in need of a teleprompter. I was working on a video that required me to memorize a lot of words. Like I had to get them correct, and it was just like paragraphs, and I was like, no, like there's no way I'm going to memorize this. So then I was thinking, okay, let me look into a teleprompter. I know they have teleprompters that you can use with your phone and stuff like that. And so I looked on Amazon and I saw some teleprompters for around $150, which to me would be worth it. It's a good investment. It's probably something that I'll use multiple times as long as I'm making videos, right? However, this video that I was working on had a deadline. By the way, this wasn't a YouTube video, it was for something else. And this video had a deadline, and the deadline was May 31st. And even though I had Amazon Prime, the teleprompter wouldn't have come until like June 3rd or June 4th, right? So it would have arrived after I needed it. So I'm like, what can I do about that with the time that I have? So I decided that I was going to DIY a teleprompter, and it actually worked out very well. And so I'm just going to show you guys what I did. Whether or not you guys are going to be able to replicate this, I'm not entirely sure, because this worked because of these specific things that I just already happened to own, but I will have a link to everything I talk about in the description of this video. So the materials that I used are an iPad, a glass screen protector for my iPad, but not one that's attached to the screen, one of these paper clamps. I'm not exactly sure what they're called, but you've seen your teachers use them probably to clamp a stack of papers together. And then I had this extra tripod, not the one that my camera is currently on. And so now I'm going to show you how I used these 4 things to make a DIY teleprompter. So this is my camera, and this is the tripod that I'm using. It is the Manfrotto 290 Extra, and with this tripod it has these little metal clips, metal openings on it, and that is going to be helpful for what we're about to do. So if I take my clip and I put one of the sides into here, then it'll stay like that. Then I take my glass screen protector and I open the clasp and I clip it in like that. And there we have what our words are going to reflect off of. Then I have my iPad here, and I'll just do a quick screen recording. So I'm on telepromptermirror.com/teleprompter software. I'll have a link to it in the description. And so this is basically a website that acts as a teleprompter. So for example, I just wrote this text for the sake of this video. This is my text for the teleprompter video. I'm just going to type more stuff to make the paragraph longer. More and more typing is what I'm doing. I know, I'm such a great writer. Anyways, so one thing you can do here is you can adjust the margins. So I'm just going to adjust them to bring the text more towards the middle. And then what you need to do is click this T with the horizontal line under it, and then it's going to flip the text and mirror it. Then if I take my iPad, and this is another tripod I have right here, you can use a desk, you can use a stack of books, whatever you need to do. I just have another tripod, and I'm going to place my iPad on this other tripod. And now the text, since it's flipped on the iPad, when it reflects off the glass, it's going to flip back, so now it's going to be forwards. So you might not be able to see the reflection, and that is for 2 reasons. One, I am currently filming the teleprompter, which means I have the lights facing this direction. Meanwhile, if you were standing to read the teleprompter, then you would be on this side of the camera, which means the lights would be where I'm standing and the lights would be facing this way. So right now I have the lights this way, when in reality, when you're actually using this setup, the lights would be facing this way. So you can't see the reflection of the text because of the reflection of the lights. The second thing is, with teleprompters, you've probably seen them like in this enclosed box, and that is also, once again, for reflections. So if I take this shirt and I hold it up behind it, you can probably see the reflection of the text a little better. So let me turn off these lights to show you what it will actually look like when you're using it. Okay, so not only have I turned off the lights, but I have also changed to my iPhone camera because it just wasn't showing up very well using my YouTube camera. So yes, as you can see, the reflection of the words on the screen makes them face forward. So if I click play on the teleprompter, then the words are going to move and you're going to be able to read along as it goes. And with this website, you're able to adjust the speed that the text goes and how big the font is and all that stuff. So if I hit pause, I can make the font bigger. You'll see the reflection. I can make the font bigger so that I can see it better, or I can make it smaller. And if this is the current speed of the text, I can make it go way faster if I wanted to. And now the text is moving at that speed. That would be kind of hard to read, but you know what I'm saying. So there's a lot of customability with this website. And so now you have your clip, your screen protector, and your reflection from your iPad, and you have this website that makes the text move for you, and now you have a DIY teleprompter. So yes, that is how I used these materials to make a DIY teleprompter. And at the beginning of this video, I said I didn't know if you guys were going to be able to replicate this because certain things like sticking this clamp into the nook of your tripod. Well, what if your tripod isn't the Manfrotto 290 Extra, so you don't have that little nook? You know what I mean? But if you have some sort of tablet, or maybe you could even do this with a phone, but don't quote me on that. But if you have something to type your text on, some sort of glass to reflect it off of, whether that's a screen protector or a picture frame or anything that's just a sheet of glass, and then you have something to hold that sheet of glass, and then something else to clamp your holder to, then you have all the materials you need. So there's definitely substitutes for all these things. Instead of an iPad, you might be able to use your cell phone, or maybe an Android tablet that you may have. Or instead of this paper clamp, you might have pliers. I don't know. Anything that can clamp things. So there's definitely substitutes for all of these things. Like instead of using a tripod, you might have a desk, or you might have a music stand, or you might have a stack of books. Whatever you can do to lie your tablet in a spot and then it reflects off of the glass. All of these things are interchangeable with other objects around your house, but basically you just need a tablet, some sort of glass, a clamp for that glass, somewhere to clip the clamp to, and something to lay your iPad on. So if you have all those things, you can mix and match these different materials, and there you have a DIY teleprompter. So that's all for this week's video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you think your friends will enjoy it, be sure to share it with them. All my social media links will be down below in case you want to follow me on there. Be sure to subscribe to my channel because I make new videos every Monday, and I'll see you next Monday with a new video.